are you?
Outstanding.
I feel like a leopard, man. I gotta get a little closer, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today. We have the winning team here, the University of Rhode Island Rams. Joining us up here, head coach Jim Fleming, running back Malik Grant, wide receiver Tommy Smith, and safety Emmanuel Gomes. With that said, a couple notes here from URI Sports Information Director Meg Coots, and that is Malik is the first player in Rhode Island football history to rush for 200 yards in consecutive games with 222 today. Malik also broke the single season rushing yards record today, previous held by David Jamison in 2001 with 1,389 yards. 39 years ago to the day, URI won its last playoff game. That was on November 30th, 1985 versus Akron. And now the University of Rhode Island moves to 3-3 all time in the postseason. So with that, Coach Flem, if you could open up with a statement for us.
Well, first off, I'm holding this ball because Hunter gave it to me. It was a game ball. But I got to thank Coach Gilmartin over there at Salve Regina, because for some reason we got to switch to Wilson balls, and they never came in. So I had to call Salve, and they sent over their balls. So Salve Regina, thank you for letting us use their balls during the course of the week. That's what Rhode Island people do. They look out for each other and they back each other. And couldn't appreciate it, because without these we wouldn't have balls to play with today. All right. It's a historic deal. It was number 11. I told them in there that, you know, out of 129 years of playing college football here on the campus at URI, no team has ever won 11 games in 1 year. We obviously have a lot more work to do. I thought that was one of our ugliest wins, but still representative of what kind of team this is in terms of staying in it, just finding a way to get it done and don't panic. You know, there was a lot of things we need to fix, but you know, we'll take it. We're in a do or die situation playing wise. We know that. We got by the first round. We're on down to play Mercer down in Georgia, and look forward to that challenge and have a good week of practice and see if we can get ourselves ready to go win another one, which these guys find a way to do. And I think their expectation is that we will. So just enjoy this one for a couple hours.
With that, we'll take questions for Coach Flem and the student athletes at the same time. If you could just raise your hand, I'll call upon you and you can ask your question. So we'll take questions now. Go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned that do or die mentality. So I just wanted to ask, like, what game plan do you think about going into this next game?
I mean, the same game plan we always come up with. I mean, you know, we'll study the opponent. We'll figure out what plays are best suited for what they do on offense, defense, and special teams. We'll practice them and we'll go to work with them. You know, there's always tweaks to be made during the game, but, you know, I think that our secret sauce has really been our ability, old school football statement and boring as hell, but the ability to run the ball and the ability to stop the run is the critical thing in this game, and I think we can do both.
Nick?
Emmanuel, you got the pick six early on. Just a little bit about the start. That, you know, how you guys feel going up 14-0, particularly making a play defensively.
First and foremost, I just want to say glory to Jesus. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. But or none of us would be. But yeah, going up 14-0, like I just knew like we had to stay level-headed. You know, everybody was cheering me on, congratulating me, but my mindset is just the next play. Like it's football, anything can happen. So I'm just trying to stay level-headed, keep everybody else level-headed.
You ever feel yourself like dive that far for the final?
Yeah, I know I made it. Yeah, I know I made it.
Will, go ahead.
For all the players, just what is it about this team that has allowed you to win games like this, you know, week in and week out?
Yeah, I think, you know, in general, just we have a strong relationship with each other, and we've been building that since the winter and the summer, and the university and everybody's done a good job at getting everybody there in the summer to build relationships like that, and we've been able to just, you know, through, you know, the trials and the tribulations, been able to lean on each other and grow, and I think that's something that we'll continue to do and continue to lean on, but I think that's been at our core, like something that's been strong for Rhode Island mentality. That's been our Rhode Island mentality, so, yeah.
Kevin?
Coach, game ends on an interception. If I told you that the game did end on an interception and Wesley caught it, would you believe me if I said
Yes, I would. He's Superman. I mean, no kidding. I mean, you look at it, 2 games appropriately that he has single-handedly ended. That was the blocked field goal versus Albany, and I told him I was going to move him to wideout. It was over his shoulder and the whole rest of it. It was unbelievable. But, yeah, I wouldn't believe it. He's a special player. He's going to have a chance. He's going to go play in the hula bowl after he gets finished with us. Very good player and a great kid. Big heart, and been a really huge leader for us this year in the way he goes about his business, the way he holds that defense together, the way he holds our team together.
Mark, go ahead.
Malik, second straight game with over 200 yards on the ground. You're only 2 games of the season breaking that threshold. What have you seen on the field that has allowed you to really explode down the stretch, and has it been just that extra pressure of knowing that all of these snaps count to get to the playoffs?
I'd definitely say it starts off in practice with Coach Flann and the offensive line. He's so hard on those guys up front where they're banged up, bruised up, no matter what it is, but they keep fighting. Like, they let me know every single play when we're in the locker room at halftime, before the game, days before the game, like, Malik, I got your back. Like, and I tell them all the time, I got your back. Do your job, I'm doing my job. Everybody does their job, and we're gonna get this, we're gonna get it done. And that's really what it is. Me rushing for 200 yards, that's playing football, but I can't do that without the offensive line. Those guys up front, they battled this whole game. Like, it was a tough, hard-fought game, but they battled so hard. All the glory to those guys. Those 200 yards, that was from them.
Bill, go ahead.
Malik, I'm sure you might have expected more chances once Devin goes out and the weather gets colder, and obviously, like Coach said, you want to run the ball and stop the run, but did you see the running game being this productive? 200 yards plus each of the last 2 weeks.
I think the running game could have been this productive since week 1 versus Holy Cross. It was a lot of things we just had to tighten up on, and those guys did their job. They tightened up on what they had to tighten up on. They kept fighting each week, each and every single week, and it just kept getting more productive each and every single week. So all the glory to those guys up front. Like, it's just showing the work that they put in throughout the weeks of practice. They're opening up holes for me to make it really easy for me to do my job.
Coach, both Tommy and Emmanuel have been patient players, it seems like, kind of waiting for their opportunity this year. Now, at the postseason, they're making these huge, they're up here now. So, can you just talk about them as players and how they're so versatile and how they've been a big part of the team?
Yeah, I mean, a big picture is that, I've always loved this level of football. Been up at the BCS stuff, but, these guys have all been told no at some point in time. Those 2 guys in particular came on in here on their own dime. With just an opportunity to come in and play this level of football, and all they do is they go about their business, they work, they get better and better, and then great tribute to the coaching staff to be able to find out the ways to use them. But I couldn't be prouder of it. I mean, they really do represent the heart and soul of our football program. Not to diminish any efforts like a guy we do go ahead and have transfer in and make a big impact, but these 2 guys and what they're able to do for us has been incredible, and I'm just thrilled they're getting the recognition necessary. And truth be told, I've always known about touchdown Tommy, because every spring practice he was always in the end zone. We finally figured out, let's give him a run. But he's everywhere, special teams, wildcat, whatever it means. He's a big-hearted dude, and I think he's got a lot of opportunity to continue to play as we go forward.
Tommy, can you add on that? Your Swiss Army knife, touchdown through the air, touchdown on the ground. We've seen that all year. What does it mean to you, get your number called and you're ready to go at any moment?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot. I would just say, to piggyback off what Coach was saying earlier, coaches are going to continue to put us in advantageous situations, and that's what, Coach Murph's been able to do, and the whole entire offensive staff, and like we said, the defensive staff has done a great job as well. So, just continuing to lean on each other and just continue to be a team, and when your number's called, try to execute it the best of your ability, and that's all you can do.
We'll take one more question. Yeah.
Tommy, 1, do you like the nickname Touchdown Tommy? And 2, what do you like about the Wildcat formation?
Yeah, it's good with me. Whatever people like is good with me. But I do like the Wildcat. In high school, I played quarterback, so I'm comfortable back there. So yeah, I definitely like being back there for sure. Whether it be blocking from the lead, which I love too. So either or, running or blocking. So yeah, I do. I love it.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.